Okay, so this is quickly unscripted, but I just want to add a little disclaimer that I am not talking about a lot of the issues that are with the MCC right now. I am just talking about how I got to play Halo 2. I really hope they fix a lot of these technical issues. It'll make the game so much better. Alright, back to the video. When Halo 2 was released in 2004, I was only about 4 years old, and I didn't get an original Xbox until like right before the Xbox 360 came out. But I was still a bit young to be playing Halo. But eventually, with the amount of hype that this game had,
One of the most eagerly awaited video games finally goes on sale.
Preparing to rewrite retail history.
Video game is expected to have bigger first-day revenues than any movie has ever had an opening day at the box office.
my dad ended up picking it up for me, but he kind of saw what was in the game, and he decided that I really shouldn't be allowed to be playing that kind of thing. So the game just ended up sitting in his closet for the next like few years or something. Eventually I was able to play this game because I was kind of already playing it at my daycare. So he told me that he had already gotten it and he guessed I could play it now. I played the campaign of Halo 2 over and over again for such a long time. I played it and I loved it so much. I would come over to my dad's house and I would play that game. And then I loved Halo 2 so much that I ended up getting the first one and playing it a bunch too because I just absolutely loved the world. I loved, from what I could understand of it, I loved the story, I loved the graphics, I loved how easy it was to control, and so much more. I absolutely loved playing this campaign, but I never got to play it online, and we didn't have internet, and even if we did, there was no way that we could afford Xbox Live, seeing as my dad would have been doing it all by himself. So I was stuck with walking around the multiplayer maps. I would look at these multiplayer maps like Coagulation and just look at how great this must be to play with other people online. Like I said, I was playing at my daycare and we got to play those things online, but we were never super competitive about it. So every once in a while I'd plug in the other controller and I would just, pretend to shoot at someone, but, obviously no one was playing against me and I was all alone. But it was so cool to explore these multiplayer maps, and I thought each and every one of them was so beautiful in their own way. I loved it so much and couldn't wait to play it online. Playing games online was only a thing I got to do very rarely, and only when I got the ability to go over to someone else's house, and playing Halo Reach online was the coolest thing I ever got to do, but I wanted to try plugging in my Xbox. Unfortunately, I found out the servers closed just months before, so I never got to play Halo 2 online. With the release of Halo the Master Chief Collection for the Xbox One, I felt like I could finally play Halo 2 online for the first time. I didn't get the Master Chief Collection until about a year after it launched, and the matchmaking was still horrible, and when I got in the game, it felt like nothing special at all. All my friends either played on PC and never got an Xbox, were stuck on the Xbox 360, got a PS4, or most of them just hated Halo because the only Halo game they played was Halo 4. And how bad the MCC launched, the player base was already falling apart. So even with the re-release of Halo 2, although I could play it online, I couldn't enjoy it online. But just recently, on May 12th, Halo 2 released on the PC, and as soon as 11 PM hit, I saw a bunch of people launching the Master Chief Collections on Steam. I got together again with a group of friends who I haven't talked to in like 2 years, and we all jumped on Halo 2 to play together, and I could finally see what this game really had to offer. Halo 2's multiplayer is absolutely amazing, with everyone yelling and getting excited to push an objective, call out where an enemy is, or shit-talking at the guy who lost you the game. It's damn near perfect. I wish I could have played that years ago, but I'm glad I got the experience one way or another. Even if a lot of what this game did new, like matchmaking and voice chat in game, they're very standard by now, but it's still so fun to play to this day. The things I love about classic Halo multiplayer are all here. I love how both teams start off with even starts, and a team with good communication and map control can win. But a team's skill is only as good as the players. If a team has great communication, you may know where everything is, but if your aim and you don't know the mechanics are off, you'll still lose. But if a team has good players and solid communication, they will have a way better chance to win. I love that it's up to the team and their skill levels, game knowledge and their communication. Not about loadouts or loot boxes, just teams and what they can do. The game may not have any progression whatsoever, but that works in its favor to keep the multiplayer as balanced as possible. I can make a whole video about the difference between Halo 2's balancing and Halo 4's balancing, but to keep it short, the guns you spawn with are just okay and you find better ones on the map, rather than all of them needing to be the same and as close to the same time to kill as possible, because you could spawn with any one of them. Each gun feels unique, and if you know where the gun you want is, you gotta get there before the enemy team does. The campaign is a bit rough looking back at it now, and I can see a lot more of what they did wrong with it, especially after playing Halo 3 so much more, and Halo Reach at least double that. But without copying and pasting rooms to a level of insanity like Halo Combat Evolved, it was definitely an upgrade. From the cutscenes to, of course, the graphics. This game improves on the last, with the exception of its legendary difficulty, but I'm not here to talk about that kind of thing. And I think that Halo 2 Anniversary did an absolutely amazing job, and it's more faithful to Halo 2 than Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary was. And even if I do still play with the original graphics, I like to switch to the newer ones just to see how the game could have looked. Back in the day when I played this while sitting on the floor in front of the TV, I always just kind of saw it as shooting aliens because the aliens are shooting at you. But there's so much more depth to this game, and I don't want to go through all of the details and lore and everything that this game has to offer because we'd be here all day. But the Halo story is solid. There's a reason it continues to expand to this day. It follows the events of the first game, and if you don't know it by now, you should really be playing these games by now. They are such a classic. I do want to keep this video kinda short, but knowing how rough the development was for this game, and seeing that E3 demo, I'm amazed they came out with such a classic game. Seeing what this game could have been and what it could have looked like is almost sad in a way. I wish I could get my hands on that original demo. But the fact that we still got a game as amazing as we did is kind of insane. And it shows the team at Bungie was absolutely amazing. And I wish I could have seen what they wanted to do. I wish I could have played that game. The campaign is still timeless and worth playing as it is. I'm definitely going to do it for years to come. Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer, okay, I hate it. It was built off the Halo 4 engine, and it just feels like Halo 4, and I don't mean that to be a good thing. It doesn't feel like Halo 2 did, and it even had weapons that weren't in Halo 2. Overall, it feels like Halo 4 with Halo 2 maps and weapons into it, but it doesn't feel like anything good. Now that I've looked back at it, I learned that Certain Affinity only had 1 year to make Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer, and I can pretty much guess it wasn't the highest thing on their list of things to get done. It's a nice addition, I just wish they had more time to make this really what it could have been. After almost 16 years of waiting to play Halo 2 online, I am so happy that I got the experience that I've been looking forward to for so long. I'm so glad that I can go back on this game with so much more perspective and so much more thought, and just see it as so much more than what I saw it when I was a kid. And even if I'm not a fan of the Anniversary multiplayer, the fact that people are still playing it means that there are people who love that older feeling of Halo 2, but don't like a lot of the quirks and everything that comes with it. I can see a group of people that would enjoy playing Halo 2 more reimagined, I wouldn't say. It's not a remastered multiplayer, it's more of a reimagining, more Anniversary, whatever you want to call it. But after experiencing Halo 2 like this, I am even more excited for Halo 3 than I was before this came out. I just hope they fix a lot of the technical issues though. Halo 3 cannot launch as bad as Halo 2 did. That's unacceptable. Hey, what's up guys? Please like and subscribe, make sure. I don't really make videos like this too often. I'd like to get into it more. These are things that I enjoy. I want to make it more just focused around me, and I think this is a nice balance between me finally appreciating a game and me diving into how I kind of grew up around games and that kind of thing. Halo 2 was a super inspirational game just throughout my whole life, just how I've always compared games to Halo 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. I hope to make more of these. You know, obviously the more likes and views, the more I'll be willing to make more of these. So if you like them, let me know. Right. Bye.